All right, so I just got this bad boy in the mail. This is the Pocket Operator Modular 16, which is the next installment, I guess, of Teenage Engineering's modular series. They just made available the 16 and the 170 for purchase. There was a delay because I guess something with, they were saying the membrane of the keyboard, they were facing issues in production. So they canceled everyone's orders, gave them a coupon, and said when it's available, and fixed, we'll make it ready to purchase. So I'm just going to open it up now and check it out and assemble it and then play it. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so we're just going to start taking it apart. Like it says, perforated cardboard. So here we go. First thing is, I believe this is the same manual actually as that came with the 400. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. They just reprinted that. Hopefully, I wonder if they actually updated it, because online there's a new guide for the 400. Because there's a lot of things, in my opinion, they missed out on launch that they should have included, and I think it's the exact same. You get this membrane keyboard, and here's like the metal seats. Not too exciting. And is that it? Oh, just dropped everything. Yeah, so here's the pegs that you get for it. And then also little rubber stoppers, and then the screwdriver. And that is it. Box is empty. So let's start assembling. All right, so one thing to note, the 400 took me, gosh, like three and a half to 4 hours to assemble, but this doesn't look like it's going to take near as long. There's only like 3 or 4 pages of instructions, so I'm going to open up this main component. Interesting here. Just, I guess it's a little 3. Okay, so I think, not sure, this is kind of what they were talking about in terms of what they're having production issues with. So this is basically like a soft vinyl material. It doesn't, I thought it was going to be like a kind of a hard plastic, but this is very like soft vinyl. Oh, there's a 3M sticker on the back, so it's adhesive. So it seems like, it's kind of like a sticker almost. Your keyboard is a sticker. Interesting. All right. Here's the, I guess, PCB with all the encoders and, I guess the main internals of it. So it looks very similar to, the Pocket Operator, in terms of the breadboard material, it's the same as Pocket Operators. Encoders are the same. Looks fairly straightforward. Oh, it takes AAAs. Oh, it takes 4 of them. So there's 2 here and there's 2 there. But yeah, I mean, it even seems like it's the Pocket Operators, style of battery clip. So if you're familiar with the Pocket Operator battery clips, I hope it's durable, because I know even with the Pocket Operators I have owned, these do come a little loose. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to open up this metal, I guess, the metal pieces here. This is MK16, it says on there. So let's start putting this together. Okay, so a thing that Teenage Engineering was big on was think twice, bend once. And so the first move here, as depicted in the manual, is to take this particular piece, and you got to make sure it's oriented in the correct way, and just bend it 90 degrees, like no big deal, right? Just bend it 90 degrees, and we're going to take 2 pieces and bend it down. See, a lot of people were taking, edges of a table, and, I'll just use my desk here and just bending it down. So that's the first bend, roughly 90 degrees. And you got to be really careful, because once you bend it one way, if you screw up and start bending it back, the material becomes, you start bending the material back and forth too much, and it's just going to fall apart. So I think this is one of the value propositions that Teenage Engineering was trying to deliver to consumers, is like, okay, we're just going to not do, any of the easy assembling, because obviously they soldered this entire unit here. I mean, look at this, all this soldering in here, and so they did all the hard stuff for you. But then the easy stuff, where they could just package it as thinly and as lightly as possible, they try to deliver value to the consumer. So yeah, I'm gonna bend this other one here, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so this next step is basically they're saying take the keyboard part, which is just a really thin like plastic vinyl material, put it, take off this 3M sticky back, put it on here, but then also thread this ribbon cable through this little slot in the front. Um, okay, this is gonna really bother me because I feel like this is putting on a screen protector for a phone, and it's not, like it's just literally like if you can literally stick it on if you want, like this, or Okay, so I started doing the sticker thing, but I wanted to show this. Oh, it was under the 3M sticker at first. Oh, stop tracking my face. But that's what it looks like underneath. Okay, so now I'm gonna really focus and do this. Oh, it's not straight. Do I even dare? It's not straight. What do I do? Oh yeah, it's on there. I'm not gonna screw with it. I guess it's just gonna be a little imperfect. So this is what it looks like with it on. It's a little bit out of the slant here, but I guess when putting it flat and playing it, I'm not gonna notice. I don't want to damage it by, uh, taking it off and putting it back on. So I'm just gonna leave it. Okay, so these next ones are just pretty easy folds, and I'll show you how easy it is. As you can see, it's pretty easy to bend. And they want these at 90 degrees, so yeah. So as you can see, it's sitting on top of the rubber feet, but there's a ring in which you make it come through to this hole. And do I just press down hard or what? There's an easy way to do this. So when you're pushing down on it, you just kind of run your finger over it. So I'll try to demonstrate here. So here's this. If I can do it backwards, you push down, and then you run your finger over it like this, and you just kind of play with it, and you push it in. And if you push it in towards the center, it slowly, just pops into place. So yeah, just get your thumb, push it down, and then pull to the center, and that will make it easily slip in. Cool. So now that is on. Actually, one thing to note before you put the top on with the ribbon, don't forget to put your batteries in, because yeah, once you put your batteries in and the ribbon cable in, it's going to be pretty annoying. So that's kind of an interesting design decision, that every time you want to put new batteries in, you have to unscrew the 4 screws that put it together. And hopefully the battery lasts a lot longer than the PO 400, because the PO 400, the battery life is atrocious. So yeah, I'm gonna put batteries in first before putting in the ribbon cable and the faceplate. Okay, so definitely the most annoying part of this whole build is getting this ribbon cable inside of this white connector piece. So if you ever buy this thing, there's an extra little, see this little line here? That's an extra piece of material where I pressed the ribbon cable flat against the bottom of the plastic, or the bottom of the PCB, flat against the PCB, line it up with the white, connector, and then kind of use my nail to pull it into, or push the ribbon into the connector. So that's kind of how I did it. And yeah, we're gonna just screw it up, and I think it's pretty much done after you put the knobs in. All right, here it is assembled completely. Got all the knobs in here, and then there's one tempo knob, and the rest are just for pitches, I believe. It comes with a little manual of operation. There's actually, oh my goodness, there's like a front and a back. So maybe, okay, so I'm just gonna say from face value, we're just holding it for around 200 US. It doesn't feel like $200 US. The PO Modular 400, it was a whole unit, and it felt like a pretty good bang for your buck type of synth, modular synthesizer. I guess semi-modular, whatever. But this is just a keyboarded sequencer. Um, you know, not gonna knock it before I try, because I've not read anything. Just a little disclaimer here, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I think the first thing I'll try to sequence it really quickly is just this the make noise no coast or zero coast, because it'll kind of just make this into another version of the PO Modular 170, where it has this and this keyboard and programmer sequencer with a mono synth. So I'm gonna try give this a shot, and then I'll record a jam and let's see what we come up with. But yeah, thanks for watching this build, and I hope you enjoy whatever first jam I can muster out of my first day of unpacking this.